did. Thank
That was
you very
Texas
much.
City, I think.
So smooth. Good evening. Welcome to the Matt to Matt Preseason 2. Preseason 2. I think I got it right.
They can hear us now.
Hopefully.
We're supposed to be warming them up for the episode now. For the warm up for the chill stream.
Oh, that sounds good. I should just put this on loop for the whole episode and breathe in.
I don't think it's a bad idea. Just put it on repeat.
Oh,
And
music
breathe
is
out.
loud.
I know. I accidentally doubled it. When I unmuted us, it was playing both through the mixer board and through the computer. So it's like extra loud, slightly delayed, relaxing music. Not so relaxing.
Multiplier.
Yes, Markiplier. What? Welcome to our preseason. We're happy to have Left Matt back. He's no longer Left Matt. He is returned Matt.
How long did you work on that?
Way too long.
Yikes.
Very nice.
Just kidding.
Very nice.
It was good.
We of course. Wow, my mic keeps clipping. I hope that's just me. I hope that's not streaming that way because it's like low volume but blaring, so it's probably just my headphones. Anyhow, there it is. Anyhow, happy to have Matt back. We'll be starting season 2 next week. But this week we'll be doing our 3rd chill stream, I think. What's up?
So we're like in between.
We are in between our in-between. Like I said, last week we ended our BBC style mini series where we only had 3 episodes of The Bright Side, and then poof, you wait a year, you get more episodes after that. And now we're just between that and season 2. So we have some changes. We'll be making some slight improvements, but tonight we didn't want to be without a show, so we figured we would just do our 3rd chill stream. Perfect. So we have some. There I gotta stop that. I'm just gonna start talking slower and slower. Do you think
That moon's upside down.
can you speed up your ooh?
What? What's up?
That's a beautiful picture of the moon.
It is.
Can you
quite good.
speed up your live stream if you're behind? Do you think you can change that? Because you can change the speed of your YouTube video playback.
Oh, you mean?
Can you change your YouTube video playback speed on a live stream? Somebody check that for me. Verify.
Speed. You can change the speed.
Nice. Speed it up. Or is it just like buffer for a second and then play really quickly and then buffer and then play quick?
Oh,
That would be funny.
I just click live and just to check to make sure it's up. I don't usually have it running.
Well, good. There's no point stealing bandwidth from us right now. So
Exactly.
Can you guys hear me? Okay, I thought my mic was off.
your mic isn't
My
off.
mic feels like
You just
it's on.
weren't talking.
No. Good one.
Speaking of you, welcome back. How was your trip? You were gone
Splendid.
for a while.
A lot of driving. I don't know. I like driving through Nebraska, man.
Really?
You can like see so much. I described it to Seth when he texted me what was up as the clouds are lazier out west. They just have so much more sky to travel over. It's like
everyone's
majestic.
lazier.
I don't think that's not.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm kidding.
I don't know. Neat. The eclipse was freaking rad. And Sedona. I spent a lot of time in Sedona. Passed through Las Vegas. Never had so many bugs hit my windshield as through the hot desert in South Utah, northern Nevada. It was crazy. I stepped out of the car at I got to Las Vegas at 2 a.m. I stepped out to.
Did you have like an ice scraper? Scrape the bugs off your windshield?
No, not quite.
Not quite? Okay.
But it's like freaking hot at night. So hot. I don't know. I was surprised. I thought the desert cools off at night.
I heard it does.
Well, it does eventually, but
You
not
said that
one time I stepped out.
and
so.
and I just realized I've never actually stayed anywhere that I would really consider the desert enough to be able to say when I was in the desert
Sure.
at night it was warm or not warm. I honestly don't remember. If I had, I don't remember. Didn't strike me very much. So
The farthest west, Amor, the farthest west I'd been was, I think, Arizona. I'd been west before, and I spent a lot of time in Utah, which is the desert. I have cousins.
Yeah, but it's like desert mountains. There's like
it is,
there's
without a doubt.
and there's like a big old lake there, like a salt lake, and there's I don't know. There's
What does that? Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. It
It's like
doesn't seem like the
miserable
desert.
land.
When I think of the desert, I think of just like flat and dry
I gotcha.
and
As opposed to
tumbleweeds
mountains.
and yeah, as opposed to mountains.
No, sure. I got you.
I think I'm bogarting your space. I am.
I know what that means.
I don't
Did you
know.
say Bogart?
Yeah,
like, Harry
like-
Potter.
Humphrey Bogart. Bogart?
Humphrey Bogart is
Ridiculous.
an actor from I believe the 50s, maybe the 40s and 50s. So you got to scoot over here, man. You're way out of frame. It's bugging me. We can do
It's
better.
bugging you.
We can do
Bugging
better.
you now?
Bugging you.
Hey. Well, we wanted to ease you back in
Sure.
to your role here. So
What else? I don't know. Good family time. A lot of good family time.
Good family-
Rachel's birthday. It was nice to be with like cousins and family and relatively age similar people around
That's
Rachel's
always nice.
birthday. I mean, that seems like a silly thing, but
it's definitely not. It's
made it more enjoyable.
It's
think. Because I hate my grandparents. What? No, just I don't know why. Like you're on the same level, I guess.
Yep. Well, that's good. That's good. How was the speaking of the moon, which we weren't actually speaking of, we were just looking at.
Unreal.
How was the moon?
Looking at the naked eclipse, the eclipse with my naked eyes.
the naked
It's like-
eclipse.
Think about how few people have ever been fortunate enough to know when an eclipse would be, and that it would be a full as opposed to an annular solar eclipse,
And where?
and to be right under the path
Yeah.
of totality. Like, oh, it's kind of dark. Oop, like, even when there was a sliver, a tiny crescent of the sun left, I couldn't look up. Like it was like, oh, I was like, maybe I could squint my eyes and maybe kind of make out the moon. No luck, man. I
Yeah.
looked up and like, had to look down right away.
So for thousands of years, people had to go like, do you think it's gonna hit us? They're watching and watching, like you were just saying, they're watching and watching it cover, and it's like, oh, we didn't get totality here. you know?
That'd be a
Some people
bummer.
are like, we got totality, yeah. you know?
It's so short though. It's 2.5 minutes. That was like the
That's
longest.
way longer than I thought it would be.
It felt like it passed in.
The most striking thing for me was how much it moved during the time the moon, by the time they crossed each other. Keep talking about the moon, it's putting me to sleep. The both of them had moved across the sky so far. Just having to readjust my camera and everything. I'm like, this is taking forever. I mean, totality only took 2 minutes, you say, obviously, but
They don't actually move. The Earth moves. I got you.
did you
So-
really
Was
just
that
say?
necessary?
Did you really just say they don't move?
Those two celestial bodies.
The sun doesn't move, and the moon
Everything
doesn't move.
moves in relation to
They
something
are
else.
simultaneously the center of the universe around which everything
that thing I
rotates.
just said was completely obliterated.
Wrecked.
Point made.
Somebody
Point
make
made.
somebody make a new thumbnail where it's like wrecked and has your face on it.
Sounds good.
Apparently, you've seen those?
Reminds me of like GTA. What are they? It's not wait. Yeah, it's
Wasted.
wasted.
Yeah.
Wasted.
Yeah, that's good. I should get an overlay of that. I think I could push a button, everything goes gray and blurry. It just says
It'd
wasted.
be
on
easy
the
to
stream.
do. I bet. Yeah.
Super
but
easy.
look, the moon. Oh wait, we fixed the moon. No, the moon's still upside down.
The
I mean,
moon
upside
looks
down.
It
great.
looks weird. Like on the stream, it looks like Tycho. Oh, drat. Looks like Tycho is lower. By the way,
What?
that brightest crater.
The bottom left.
Yeah, bottom left.
Yeah, that's the orientation of the moon that I'm used to.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it
sure.
doesn't
Yeah,
look weird
from
to
a
me.
yeah.
From an
Um,
Earth observer, or from an observer on Earth looking at the moon. That's what I see.
Depends what you're looking at it through, though, right?
Where are you when you look at the moon?
I stand on the Earth. What are you talking
Because
about?
he just said as an Earth observer, that's how he
I know.
sees the moon. Who?
We
Wow. Thank you,
sometimes all of us speak with a degree of inaccuracy.
No,
So
I'm
I,
just
you know,
curious.
I don't care, Joe. That's
just
fine.
curious.
You know, I forgive you.
No, he's correct. I'm curious, but you're saying you don't see this.
I see the moon. No, well, but when you look at it with your naked eye, this is a reflection. Mirrors in telescopes will show you that when you look at the moon.
Wait a second.
Like the moon you see will take on different shapes, whether depending on the editors of whatever you're looking at. They're like, oh, this is like a image captured by a reflecting telescope, or
They don't have like a corrective mirror at the very
I'm
end
sure
of the
somebody
telescope.
does, but
Could.
No,
many people don't.
why don't they just put that in there? Oh, and by the way, here's the right way to see it. So if you pointed that like across the street, everything would be upside down. Don't point it across the street. But if you did, like everything would be flipped backward or upside down or
Pretty
something.
sure nothing is flipped on my telescope when I hook it up to my camera, which is how it was oriented when I took that picture.
Oh, is it flipped in your viewfinder?
My viewfinder?
I don't know. I'm trying to. I've
No, my
Way
position
lost.
is the image is not flipped. That is my position.
got it.
So as
Then-
far as I
then
know,
what is he
it
talking
was
about?
not flipped.
Got it.
He's probably used to a flipped orientation.
That okay.
Oh, this is the original, and I'm used to a flip.
That's my theory.
See, this is why I'm confused.
Well, it's not worth really. I mean,
No, it's
Getting a
definitely
tizzy about it
worth
still.
tizzy about it, man.
September 17th is gonna have some great views. We'll see this.
September 17th. It's gonna have great views.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I'm
moon.
gonna find more details on it. No,
Oh,
not
the
the moon
moon.
per se.
How are you feeling in your purple void tonight?
Purple void.
You're in a purple void.
Oh,
Well, it's like it goes from like fuchsia
does,
on
yeah.
down to purple. It's gradient.
You know, I actually didn't consider it till now, but
I didn't know
like
exposure.
How do you not? How do you
I
not
like-
consider the purple void in which you live?
I don't know. I like purple. So
It is. It's a kind of a deep purple. It's not bad. Not half bad.
I do seem pretty frozen though. Speaking telepathically.
Yeah. What is the deal with that, man? Oh,
Morning
your camera is not pointed at your face.
Why don't I adjust that?
That's a good question. Smile for ooh, gee. Smile for the camera. Why are the eyes getting bigger? You know that expression people make where their eyes bug out of their head. This captures that.
We good?
I don't know. Smile. Hold on.
Looks about right.
It does. It looks about right.
About.
We're gonna try the fox tonight.
Yeah, I like it. Do that side smirk.
Not bad.
It is a side. That is a good side spark. I like this. It's expressive, very expressive. All right, Eckert, such a camera junkie. Amar. Oh, is she slamming on my camera? Let me zoom in on this. I always get the chat
No,
up late.
Not your camera. Just wants to know what exposures I used ISO settings.
Camera junkie.
Yo, put this up there.
Yo, put this up there, man.
It's gonna be good stuff.
Hypothetically. All right. Yeah. It's a composite of 3 pictures. How does that work?
You overlay 3 pictures on top of each other.
Why?
For
Did you take them in different settings and therefore you're like grabbing the detail from all 3 or something? It seems like that would be too much exposure and it would actually degrade the picture a bit. Is that? I guess that's not the case though, because we're looking at it and it looks pretty good. So,
I like it.
not
Yeah, it
slamming
was 3
the
different
camera.
pictures. And I did have them at different settings. So let's speaking of the moon, an asteroid's going to pass by soon.
The
Pretty
asteroid.
close.
The asteroid we've been talking
Not
about.
the-
The 3 mile
not-
asteroid.
The what? Now,
the
this,
3 Mile asteroid.
this is not a 3 Mile asteroid, but this does have to do with the number 3 because it has 2 moons. So it is a 3 asteroid system, asteroid Florence, and it's going to be flying by. What's so funny?
Your avatar is
Oh.
going nuts while you're talking.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's very, very reactive.
very expressive, but like, what is that? It's
Hey,
your
ears move too.
it's your pop filter.
Joe, what kind of camera do you have? What kind of telescope you got?
Fox is wild. It is a
No,
feral
refractor.
fox. We call him Joe the feral fox.
No, it's not a. It's not a. It's it's a kind with 2 names with a dash in between. I'm trying to think of it.
Are you
Schmidt Cassegrain.
Yes, that sounds. It
Are you
might be that
Googling?
one. It
I
might
think
be
he's
that one.
Googling whether or not your images are
Oh.
flipped.
Because you guys are definitely wrong, though. I'll let you find out.
Oh, okay.
Grimaldi's the giveaway. Grimaldi, this standalone crater on the edge is up there when you're looking at it IRL, and then it gets reflected. I don't know. I got all hung up on that. I really care about the
Wait a
way my
second.
moon is presented,
Wait a
like in
second.
movies and stuff.
If the moon comes up over here, right, and it sets over here, at no point does it rotate at all in your perspective?
Come again?
Oh, it does.
Wouldn't it rotate your perspective of the moon as it comes up over here and it sets over there? Does it stay oriented where down is the same on the image of the moon, or does it pivot?
The poles don't
According-
change. I mean,
Does it pivot according to your perspective as it goes down behind you? Isn't it just like?
not noticeably.
Isn't it just staying with the orientation the same this way? So when you look at it behind you, it's upside down?
Not sure. New Jersey's hurt.
All of this argument about the way the moon always looks. I never thought of this. I
When it's
never
high in
thought
the
of
sky.
this.
When it's high in the sky and most noticeable.
Oh, does it ever go straight up above? Because I don't know anything about the moon. Is it ever straight up above you? In which case, couldn't you be looking at it from any orientation? Calling it and looking at it. Okay. All right.
Well, anyway,
I just felt weird
this
that I didn't-
moon
Mhm.
was taken at 5 o'clock in the morning when it was setting. So, don't know if that affects your viewing experience.
It would be upside down because it's setting, obviously. We just determined that, and I'm obviously right.
But whenever
Having
I-
thought about this for longer than 20 seconds.
Yeah, asteroid Florence. So, we actually don't know what the moons look like, but we have an estimate of the size. It says the 2 moons are probably between 300 and 1,000.
Wow.
across.
Sorry, start that over again once for me.
Sorry, what part?
Moons? You
Yeah.
said, and I missed it the first time.
There's an asteroid
Mhm.
that is approaching Earth.
Mhm.
It won't be a super close flyby, but it's relatively close. And I think the last time we saw it was like, I don't know, like 20, 30 years ago maybe. But asteroid Florence has 2 moons. We know this from radar, but we don't have pictures of them. So when it gets a little closer, we can take pictures.
That's interesting. I did not know that you would classify them as moons unless they circled a planet. I thought they would just be like satellites,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
is what you would call them.
satellite is probably
We'll
a
learn something
technical
new.
term.
Learn something. Oh, excuse me. Every day. It's every day, bro.
Every day.
Sweet. Wow, that's not how that's supposed to sit. Let's get rid of that. Let's put Joe. Better spot. There we go. All right, asteroid Florence has 2 moons. Let's try this. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Joe's back in his library. There's now a feral fox in the library. Look at him.
Feral.
A feral fox. She said, that
I
fox
would
is
say,
wild. And I said, it's a feral fox.
Civilized.
It's Latin.
Hmm.
YRX is for pharmaceuticals. It's something to do with Latin, is my guess. I don't know. So Amor Pizza says, that fox is wild. So there have been a lot of odd questions I've had lately, similar to moon orientation kind of ponderments. Like, why RX for pharmaceuticals? And if a power line falls in floodwaters, what happens? Breakers. Not breakers. What do they call that? Transformers. The transformer blows up, shorts out. That's when the guys send out a truck and they go and fix it. When you lose power in the middle of a flood, every time it floods and you lose power, that's why
Sometimes,
power lines issued.
Sometimes it's still live though. There's a girl who died in the hurricane aftermath trying to rescue her kitten because she stepped on a power line that was sunk below the water.
That is a huge failure of safety. I mean, obviously, there's a million different ways it could be, like not drawing enough power for it to short out. But there's just like in your house, they have all the outlets by your kitchen sink have the GFI, ground fault interrupter, where if there's a short of electricity, like you accidentally stick a fork in it or something wet splashes on it, it trips right there locally, so you don't get fried. There are bigger fail safes for those for the power grid, but I guess specific things have to be taking place for that to happen. It probably blew out after she stepped on it, probably, but sometimes transistors don't work. So what happens then? Eckert said I can't seem to guess about. Yes, of course, Latin. If something is, it's like pound. Why is pound LB?
Libres.
Which is
We're secretly using Spanish. Yeah.
well, Spanish got it from Latin.
Yeah.
Google that. Did you Google that? Didn't Google that yet. Man, I really wish that text didn't look so garbled on my screen. Yeah. I don't
All
know.
these.
Well, it's like it's large on the second monitor, but it still is like formatted strangely. Don't know why. I don't know why. How big a body of water does it take for electricity not to be dangerous? The ocean. The ocean. Like if I stick a live power line in the ocean.
What about like Lake Superior?
I hadn't read the second half of that comment.
Well,
when I
it'd
said
probably
that.
just be electricity seeks the
Lake Superior,
shortest
yes.
path.
Lake Inferior, no. That's the
shortest
Somebody.
path to where it's trying to get to. So probably would
Where
still
does
be
electricity-
dangerous in a body of water, but not like the entire body of water.
Where does electricity want to go
So.
to? The ground?
Yeah, usually down
Down.
for some reason.
it's bloodthirsty. It just
Probably
wants to
has
kill
do with
people.
the Magnetic.
It's just constantly looking for people to kill. It's electricity. What else?
Joe
is it gonna do?
Rogan held an electric eel,
Really? Well, that's brave.
according to his own report. He said he had to hold it with one hand
Oh.
because it would complete the circuit if he held it with two, and then there goes his heart.
So it's like
Yeah.
he stuck his tongue in a battery, but just one of the posts.
I'm not sure that's right.
It's like that.
Just
Yeah,
like
he's-
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Did you Google RX?
It was
for
a symbol.
things?
It is a symbol. RX, with the X being part of the elongated R, is a symbol used meaning prescription.
We know that. We don't know why though.
What do you mean?
Yeah, where'd it come from?
Probably Latin.
Latin.
This is why we have Google, folks.
Is a symbol meaning prescription. It is sometimes the symbol originated in medieval transcripts as an abbreviation of the late Latin verb recipe, the imperative form of recipere, to take or take thus.
There you go. Boom.
I think Happy Harry's came up with it though.
Happy Harry.
It's a cool logo. Yeah, I don't think I've seen one of them in a while actually. Years. Walgreens.
Speaking of something you may never have seen, did you know China is opening up a
China.
Mars amusement park?
Wait. Have we even been there yet?
No,
I've never been to
but
China.
they are instead of Muhammad going to the mountain, they're bringing the mountain to Muhammad. So
Ah.
it's Martian themed. But
I was like, what Muhammad themed theme park? Instead of Muhammad being the theme of the park, it's going to be Mars, which is another god from another religion. They both were obsessed with war. What were you saying?
feature zero gravity hiking trails and other amusement generic
Mars
amusement
doesn't
park
have
stuff.
no gravity.
Getting to Mars will involve no gravity.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, I wish I could have zero gravity en route to this amusement park then.
Yes, they have zero gravity shuttles to pick you up and take
But
you to the park.
they are
Elon
planning
Musk.
on recreating Mars in a 35,000 square mile region.
That's all. The Gobi Desert.
Why?
Am I right? Huh?
Why?
Well, it's part of their exploration thing. Probably.
We want to explore Mars, but we can't get there. So
No,
we're
well,
gonna make a
they
Mars,
are-
and then we can explore it. That's genius.
They
Mars
are
scorpions, Mars cobras.
they are planning on going to Mars and doing stuff there. But
People
they're
make all
also this
sorts
is
of
also
plans.
a way to study it for people who can't go,
Oh,
since nobody can go right now.
but why? Wait, how is that a way?
It's just like real Mars. It's too expensive
I'm
for
still-
anybody to go. Who's gonna fund it? You.
Yeah.
it's a
Selected
theme
groups of
park.
people.
Theme
But
park.
I have but I have a
The government? So like China, the government is making it. I haven't read the article, sorry.
Oh, so you want to know what entity is sponsoring this?
Yeah, I mean that's something I'm always curious about who's paying for it. But if it's like company, that's neat. China.
Yeah, is it private or is
National
it like
space? It sounds like
Yeah.
China's NASA, right?
It might be. I mean,
Well, it's rad, but it's
yeah, the article doesn't
funded
really
by theft.
specify.
That's all I'll say.
Just says the $61 million project is expected to be a tourist destination and training grounds for future astronauts. So, yeah, it's probably a big part of their space agency, though. I don't see any private.
Yeah.
They're reporting on it.
I still think it's a
Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
of all it is cool, but in parts of the world it's like still the dark ages. In other parts of the world it's like let's just build part of this planet like another planet because we can't get there yet, but we just want to so bad.
I know how many refugees could be helped.
Martian refugees. We'll just host them on Mars. We will. It'll be a great simulation of when the Earth is destroyed and we're all refugees on Mars. We get a practice run to, all right, everybody just drop them in this little Mars area. What do? You know, it's like escape room, but the opposite. It's like populate room, but in
Okay.
the amusement park.
I don't know. How good are your wilderness survival skills? Eat cactuses, I think, except some will
Eat
kill you.
Eat cactuses. except
Some of the
will kill
inside
you.
flesh and the juices on the inside, but I don't know which ones will kill me. Like, how long would you live in a desert is my question.
How
But
many
you've never been to a
cactuses do you
real
think there
desert.
are on Mars?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Well,
There's no water on Mars. Have you looked in the cactuses? We were wondering where all these camels were getting it. Yeah, okay.
There actually is water on Mars.
Well,
There
there's
is also boron. We've just
wait. There's
discovered-
also bore on Mars or boron on Mars.
boron, not
Wild
actually.
boar.
Yeah.
What?
A
they're
potential,
domesticated.
a potential building block of life, not a mammal that's came from Earth.
Gotcha. Are there boron-based... How do I need boron
It's,
in my body for what?
It's part of RNA. It's an
Oh, okay.
essential ingredient for RNA. RNA degrades really quickly without boron.
But, I mean, percentages matter too, right? Like, what if is there a whole bunch of boron that's going to be toxic to me?
Is detectable. Is boron toxic?
I don't know.
Oxygen is toxic. And we're like, oh, we need it.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
in
but we need
enough.
it in certain quantities.
okay.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. I mean, vitamin A is
Well,
toxic
I'd
in
say
certain levels.
given how it wasn't detected right away, it's probably not huge amounts.
There you go.
Not swimming in it. There are more toxic
Don't go swimming in boron.
That's
on
good advice.
on the surface.
Interesting.
But
Speaking of Mars,
Oh, I thought you were going to say China.
did you see the Q&A with Elon Musk?
Oh, with the geniuses in the crowd.
No, I don't think this is that part, but
Provided we have filling stations along the way, basic system, provided we have filling stations along the way, means full access to the entire greater solar system. All right, so any questions that I can answer?
I wanted to ask you, in behalf of all the ladies, can I go upstairs and give you a kiss, a good luck kiss?
Awkward laugh.
Very nice to meet you. My name is Aldo. And 3 weeks ago, I was at Burning Man in the Nevada desert.
Great.
And it felt like I was in Mars. It was a dusty storm, and it was really cold at night, and there was no water. But there was one problem at Burning Man. With a population of only 75,000, there was a lot of and there was no water to take it into the rivers, which is kind of what we do today in our current sanitation system. So I was like, is this what Mars is going to be like? Just a dusty, waterless storm? So I was like, hey, Ellen, are you working on a sustainable sanitation? Are we gonna have a toilet in Mars that doesn't use water? Today.
Am I wrong, or was Wolowitz from Big Bang Theory working on the space station toilet? So we have people who
I think he did. Yeah.
who work
you're right.
on television shows. We have people who work on toilets for. But you said there is water on Mars, so I guess we're good, right? He said the problem was he's sitting at Burning Man, and his first thought is, "There's a lot of poo here. Is this what Mars is going to be like?"
People have thoughts like that at Burning Man.
Yeah.
This was a milder attender, I'm sure.
Either last week or the week before, I brought up the article that we can transform human waste into plastic.
Yeah.
The prospect.
Yeah.
I feel like whoever scheduled the events for Elon to go to got a ringing after this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ellen.
It seems like the whole crowd is people like. So it's like, I don't know. It seems like they're all wackos, but maybe they only gleaned. I haven't seen this whole thing. Maybe they only took the couple weirdos, and there was like a bunch of really great questions.
Probably.
There's 3 billion people that don't have a
Guys,
toilet.
I actually have to say, we have to keep it, no essays, only questions.
All right, so are you working on the toilet for Mars?
Hey, Elon, Dick Rocket, New Space Global, you're the best. Everybody get up for Elon, please. This guy inspires the out of us. Come on.
There's going to be too much of that.
For you. It's a comic
keeps
book
inspiring.
called The Future of Fusion. It's about the first man on Mars.
Okay.
Looks like you. I can't get past El Chapo's militia, though. So I don't know, should I just throw this onto the stage?
Sorry?
My question is, can I give you this gift?
Sure, if you yeah.
It's The Future of Fusion. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
I think he said it's a book he wrote.
Questions, not essays.
Yeah, quick question. So it's about you're sending someone to Mars, but kind of like that first monkey that got shot into space, they're never coming back. It's going to be a one-way trip. So
Not necessarily.
Well, maybe. So you mathematically determine the world's most expensive
Who is this kid? Yeah. Well, maybe Elon. I mean, come on. Don't give me that. We both know.
human being to make the journey, and that's Michael Cera. So wanted to see if this is like a project that you might have any interest in supporting. Funny or Die just drove 31 million views to a Hillary Clinton's Zach Galifianakis video a few days ago.
Sorry, we're out of time and have to make way for a new.
What was he saying with that?
Didn't sound like anything important.
He said, yeah, he was saying Michael Cera is the most expendable person. Do you want to support that? And I'm like, what are we?
Your sound got a little high.
My sound got a little high, and he's like, I don't know. I was trying to make heads or tails of what he was talking about. Are they trying to bribe Michael Cera into going to Mars and never coming home? I don't know.
Session, so this is going to be our last question.
Sorry, yeah, we have to make room for a new session. Sorry, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening.
No, that was it.
No, thank you.
He's yeah.
Yeah,
People,
I agree.
I don't know why. Of all the things you could ask, what would you ask Elon Musk if they're like, we're going down the road, everybody has to ask him a question? What would you ask him?
What do you do about dust storms? I saw The Martian. Those things are vicious, man. They'll tear up anything you try to put down. You better have really deep stakes. Sure, thought of that.
Your turn.
Will there be stakes on Mars?
What would you ask Elon Musk if they said, all right, everybody gets a question. Well, what's your question? Rapid fire. You weren't expecting this. Quick, go.
question.
You don't have any questions? You've already answered everything I don't know, and anything you haven't said, I already know. Yeah, all right. Poll the chat. Hey, chatter, what would you ask Elon Musk if you could ask him anything? I would probably ask him some stupid question about VR. And be like,
Can you train people for this?
yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yes, but why? Haha. Now, okay. Finding this Fox avatar is quite funny. Yes, he's making all kinds of faces. Unfortunately, that 2D character, which I like the look of very much, you doesn't even have his mouth open. I think this Fox is just making stuff up. This is
I do
painful.
have a microphone in front of my mouth.
I know. Anyway, let's see. This is why we need self-driving cars. Apparently, yes. Why does your solar roof cost so much? Hey, there you go. I'm assuming it's because he's greedy. That's usually why things cost a lot of money. Is that correct, Money Man?
What?
Things cost. Why does Elon Musk's solar roof?
He's a
cost
greedy
so much?
capitalist.
That's what I said.
That has taken 4.9 billion in government subsidies to date, as of 2015.
Wait, the government pays him?
No, well, his company.
Subsidized?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, the government takes money from some people, undeserving schmucks, most
Like him.
likely. No, not like him, and then give it to him. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. It reminds me of Solyndra. You remember Solyndra?
Oh, I do.
Oh, tell me about Solyndra. What do you remember?
Solyndra, I think it was it was billions. I forgot how many billions, but billions of dollars was given to this company, Solyndra, by the government to create sustainable energy. I believe they focused on solar panels. The company ended up going bankrupt very quickly, less than a year after.
Founded in 2005 and defunct 2011.
2011. Oh, okay. That was
I don't cover the technology, investors.
Maybe it was shortly after receiving a lot of money or something. But
535 million U.S. Energy Department loan guarantee.
Here it is. Billions of dollars went bankrupt in under a year. That was my Cliff Notes version. $500 million. Didn't last horribly long. Ran itself into the ground. How do you do that?
I don't know.
Like with government subsidies, can't you make things cheaper? Like what were they trying to turn a profit? You know? Like, couldn't they just sell them at cost and then like get everybody on board and then everyone's like in the solar game? You know, that's my question. When are we actually going to be like mass, not adaptation?
Adoption.
Yes, thank you. Mass adoption, where everyone is just used to running their houses that way. It seems like that's what Elon Musk kind of does. Here's a giant battery you put on your wall. Your whole house runs off of it, so you can charge this thing with your solar. Your roof with your solar roof.
Sure.
You know, well, that's the idea. That's what he's trying to
It's
do.
a good idea.
He's not trying to say he is working on things like that are more than just here's a giant solar farm somewhere that some company can maybe run properly and give you a decent price on. Seems like he's more into like consumer sustainable things.
I don't know how many congressmen have invested with him.
The dumbest question I could ask, what was that, invested with him?
Yeah, I'd like to know how many of the congressmen have invested personal funds in his business ventures and then voted for subsidies to his business ventures.
No,
That'd be interesting.
That would be a little
or have brothers-in-law that invested large
that would be
sums
a
of money
conflict of
from their
interest.
blind trust.
Politicians are smart
things
enough to
like-
stay away from things like that, where there could be a possible
Some
conflict of
politicians.
interest.
Not Bob Menendez, though, right? Wait, Eckert, are you talking about the Kermit the Frog? I don't think he looked like Kermit the Frog.
Yes, he did. What are you talking about?
Like a puppet? Like he had somebody's hand? Yikes, I don't think so.
You sound like.
Oh,
Kermit
it's
the
not his
Frog.
hand. It's
My
like they
voice.
use little sticks, right?
No, they use sticks for the hands.
Oh.
They use sticks to control the hands, and they have their hands up there. What are you talking about?
Then they use two sticks with one hand for the Muppets.
Most of the Muppets only use one hand at a time, or
I never watched it, or not. I mean, I've probably seen about.
I
30
was
seconds
about
of
to
it.
say that with.
Chat disconnected. What's going on here? No, that's my bad. My bad. Never mind.
Oh, I was about to say that with a lot of do Muppets
Not doing nothing. Not doing.
work.
Oh, you see.
It's not doing anything.
Eckert, yeah, I'm curious. What do you mean? What did you
What
say?
is going
I know,
on?
right?
What's
About the
going-
politicians investing in businesses they know will be receiving subsidies.
My keyboard.
If they have. I don't know how to find those records, though. I don't know how I would find that.
What's that website that's like Money View or Know the Money or like
There's a lot
Open?
of things like that. I know what you mean.
Stop touching that.
Show me the money.
Why is my keyboard not working? Well, that sucks. Somebody look up how Muppets work. I want to know whether or not they move both hands with the same hand with two sticks, like reverse chopsticks.
How do Muppets work?
How do
is
Muppets work?
number
Seriously,
one.
Google it. How do Muppets work?
Controlled by one or more Muppeteers.
Oh, there you go. 2 people. Put that on the... Oh, you're not on that.
Nah.
Okay.
You didn't put my link up. I'm not putting yours up.
Oh, I don't have his link to put up. He's in control.
I can't put things
He's
up.
in control. The
There
screen.
you go.
Oh,
Just on Facebook. I sent you the link.
I'm
about
not hooked
the-
up to my
what
laptop
to look out
today.
for on September 17th. It's coming
About
up
what?
shortly.
Texas City Mayor
On the Facebook chat,
forgets?
there's September
Whoa,
17th. There's a
whoa.
link I just sent that I think would.
You want the latest one that you sent?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the last thing I put in the message.
Talking about planets align.
I also like the Texas mayor.
Haha, beat you
Texas
to
City
it.
mayor.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, if you just scroll down to the
My keyboard
like,
stopped working.
Control F, you can't.
I can't control F nothing.
Yeah, I got you. Let's scroll down to September 17th. And I've seen stuff like this in the morning, and believe me, it's really like neat because specifically morning celestial events are things that so few people look at. And I caught the moon and Venus like right next to the crescent of the moon one early morning. You got to get up at sunrise, but it's rewarding is all I'll say. I wonder if the cute chick at Wawa will watch it with me.
She won't.
Drat. You never know.
Dude, she works the late shift.
I don't know that she does. She does do that. Yeah, dude, I'll just be like, hey, we'll drink 24-ounce coffee, stay up late for 6 hours. I don't know when does the late
Do
shift
you know
get
anywhere
off?
we can get free 24-ounce coffees? Wawa lady? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they have good hookups, man, with like coupons and stuff.
Coupons?
Yeah, I have a friend that works at Wawa, and he gave me something for a free coffee.
I have a
It's
friend who
not
says
bad.
it coupons.
Doesn't sound like any friend, real friend.
Yeah, I zoomed in.
I don't know how
Leo,
full the moon's
Venus.
gonna be.
Oof.
Mercury is tough to catch.
Yeah, it's like liquid form all the time. I don't know.
I don't think I've ever heard anything except frozen Mercury. I'm gonna see this.
Frozen mercury. Can you freeze mercury?
I don't know.
I know you can evaporate mercury. Not
I didn't
evaporate.
know that.
Gas. Evaporate? I don't know.
Bending solid mercury, it cries.
Yo, send me that. I want the crying mercury. Don't even don't preview it. I want
got
your
to.
initial reaction.
It's 4 minutes long.
Send it to me. I will.
Ooh, neato.
That way we can hear it cry.
Fine.
Bending solid mercury. Whoa, this guy's gonna die. He's just got mercury all over his place.
Mercury is the
Cody's
god of
lab.
messengers.
Booting. What happened?
Eckert, I'm curious. Do you know of anything?
All right, everyone. Cody here.
Probably with the
I have-
military,
That's
the
Cody's
military industrial complex end of it. I'm really curious about that. If you have any knowledge about that, politicians specifically investing in businesses whose profits would be increased by subsequent legislation. If you have any insight
Dick
on that, I'd
Cheney
like
and
you to
Halliburton.
share.
Look
Yeah,
up Dick
Halliburton.
Cheney and Halliburton.
Oh,
Everybody's freaking out because they're like, "Oh, really, Dick Cheney? You want to go to war, huh?"
right. Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember what his all I remember is people complaining about those two things. I don't remember specifically how he was tied to it, but the complaint was that he benefited through Halliburton, who has a bunch of government
Halliburton
contracts.
Snowboards.
You're thinking of Burton.
Drat. You're right.
Close. Similar syllables in there. All right. Well, let's look at this. Let's look at this crying mercury, and then you can tell us all about how dirty and crooked.
Dick Cheney is.
Yeah, but I was trying to think of the actor who played him in the
Closer
movie
look,
W.
2004. Dick Cheney's old company, Halliburton. He used to own Halliburton. Let's see.
It's like Trump's old company, the Trump Empire, or whatever it is. I don't know. What is his company called? Trump. It's just called Trump.
Doesn't he have like
Trump Corporation,
400
probably?
companies?
Yeah, but I mean, like there's like a main
There's a
one.
parent company, I think.
Apparently.
Kangen's Mercury necklace that I made for, right here. And I have a cup of liquid nitrogen. Some mercury right here.
What's this guy doing?
See that? About half an ounce or so. And got some liquid nitrogen in this here flask. Alright, got most of it in that straw. That's why I got it in another pan, so I catch all the little droplets that I'd miss. Then add the nitrogen here.
Where does this guy get his chemicals?
Yeah. I want to start a channel like this. Where it's just like you get random stuff that most people don't have their hands on and then do stuff they would do if they had their hands on it.
Do something
Alright, it's already froze.
Zen.
Let's see what happens as it comes down to liquid nitrogen temperatures. Alright, it's now about negative 200 C. Go ahead and dump off the nitrogen, get this mercury out of this.
You know what's funny? That liquid nitrogen is boiling on there because the pan's too hot.
Yeah, I forget. They have boiling points
Look
of
at that
chemicals. I
crunchy
always
noise.
think in terms of water, but I'm wrong.
It's like tin. Makes a tin cry almost. Let's add some more nitrogen. It's warming up very quickly.
Yeah, it seems like it's getting too warm.
This is so weird.
Let's get that out of there. Right. I don't know where the sound is on this camera, but listen to this.
That sounds like a bird. Did you hear it?
Pretty sure
It is on this camera, but listen to this.
That was a bird.
It feels.
Sounds like it's just
feels
crunching.
like it's about as strong as a piece of tin.
Yes, this sounds
And as it
crunchy.
warms up, it seems to get softer.
Why is he wearing rubber gloves?
And then
If it's that
I guess
cold?
it gets brittle as it gets near its melting point. Yeah, lead does that too. We'll see how it crumbles.
Oh,
Let's go
that's
ahead and
weird.
can put it back down there.
So he's taking this chemical that is always in like liquid form. At room temperature, it's in liquid form, and he's putting it in another chemical that like boils at room temperature. For the purpose of cooling it down, and so he's dropping this liquid metal into boiling liquid to cool it down.
Dude, you're right.
Yeah. He's like, let me just pour out some boiling liquid nitrogen and throw some liquid metal in there so it'll freeze it right up for me.
Dang, that is so like I said, boiling points. It's hard to get my head around.
Mm-hmm. Can you boil mercury? Does he boil mercury?
Alright, it's liquid again. See that?
I'm sure
Whoa.
someone's boiled
It looks like I didn't need the little piece of straw to get it to go into a bar shape.
It does look
Just
that
kind of
way.
sits in the
Cody's
corner of
done a
that
lot
gold
experiments
pan.
with mercury, so
Who has?
Cody,
Who's Cody?
the guy who's talking.
Is this guy Cody? You
Cody's
know this
lab.
guy?
Pretty well.
I don't know this guy. We're going to sub to this guy right now. Everybody go sub to this guy.
Everyone, welcome to Cody's lab.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Cody's Lab. So Kangan and I are up at
Will
one of
it
my other mines.
flush?
Oh yeah, I think he's flushed mercury down into not an actual.
So today I'm going to
toilet
show
hooked
you
up
guys
to a
how I
plumbing
got
system.
these 20-pound
That'd be
lead
very
blocks
irresponsible
that I've
and
used as
dangerous.
weights in a few of my videos. So today we're going to have a look at these bees.
He had a safe experiment set up.
Nice.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. He's probably one of the best guys on YouTube for chemical experiments.
That's
and
weird I haven't heard of him because I've seen a lot of
learning
videos like that. I probably have seen his videos before and never knew it. Back when FPS Russia...
Eckert has a comment on software.
that one got buried. What was that?
Oh, well.
How's all the time? We have 100 million. Woof. $100 million invested in software we don't need. And hat sucks. But it was from a company started by a retired general. Hey, I've got this useless product. Do you think the government can, in its normal, wasteful, useless way, find some wasteful, useless way to use this?
No, we'll buy it. Just
Yeah.
what we needed.
Pretty much. That's okay. How are you going to pay for it? We'll wage wars. Speaking of wars,
What? The War on Boys. Have you heard of this?
I have.
Any insights? Have you heard any insights?
I haven't
I'm
read
not
it.
interested in yours.
I haven't read it.
No.
I haven't read it, but
Yeah, me neither.
I hear it's good. I was stood. Did you hear FPS Russia got arrested?
Never heard of this. What the heck is this?
What,
What's
FPS Russia?
Yeah.
You know FPS Russia
I don't
is.
know what it is. What the heck's FPS Russia?
It's a guy.
Oh.
YouTuber, 6.2.
Hello, my friends. It's FPS Russia again, and I've been watching this television show called Doomsday Preppers, and it's become...
I don't know. I was looking it up.
Have a little more fun.
2
Okay, so
fully
obviously
automatic
it's a
12-gauge
military
shotguns.
shotgun, but if you want to take it bird hunting, pull.
It's not a bird.
You can do that. Okay, so with any weapon system, you're not always going to be firing in your backyard. You're going to be a SEAL team coming out of the ocean.
Check this out.
That's a shotgun. That's a shotgun. It's so freaking powerful. There's a part in here where he holds it with one hand
Then all you do
because there's 0 recoil on it.
throw a new magazine,
There we go.
and everyone goes in. Okay, so you've seen one AA-12. Now you're going to get to see 2 AA-12s.
This is FPS Russia. Look at this. He's just got one in each hand. Do you have any idea how destructive that is?
There's bottles still.
Far more destructive than
There is no
that.
more deadly weapon system in the world than a Russian with 2 AA-12s. And
He's
keep
a
in
weapon
mind,
system.
don't try this at home. I am a professional Russian. So let's get a couple more shots and have a little more fun.
I've heard conspiracy theories, rumors, I don't know. People saying that he's actually from Idaho and he just does this all in Idaho. He's not actually Russian.
That would be funny and make sense, kind of.
It,
Can you
well,
buy guns like
he
that
has
in America?
like that. Maybe he has tanks and like anti-aircraft guns he fires off and stuff. He has stuff no civilian should ever have.
No U.S. civilian.
Yes, the 50 cal.
Hello, my friend. That is Russia.
250 watermelons? What is he doing?
Also American woman. My other gun is bigger. Told them we should have went to Taco Bell.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Aish. Yeah, this is FPS Russian. He was arrested. What for? I don't know. Who knows?
Where was he arrested? In Idaho?
I don't know. I was about to look it up, but I got distracted by his 50 cal. Yeah, look at that's an armored personnel carrier with a 50 caliber. But how? Oh, our camera shut off. What? I completely forgot. It's on the floor here. He just needs the keyboard. None of the accessories.
Camera's off, so.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Hold on. Did somebody in the chat say the camera turned off? Hopefully, it just barely turned off.
I haven't gotten anything.
Can she make it? Can she make it? And she did. Thank you, love. That's all he needs. If he says he needs more, he's lying.
I don't see any new chats.
All right, it needs the power cable, and I know where that is. So.
What's the name of the company? I'm curious, Eckerd. They're all talking about guns and stars and stuff. I want to know about the money.
Keep chatting.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep chatting.
I don't know
So
what to
speaking
say.
of explosions,
Yeah, shoot.
you know the Cassini spacecraft.
Yeah,
that's
they-
been around Saturn. They're getting ready to ram it into the planet.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna go out with a bang. That's happening this week, I think, or
Literally.
next
Maybe?
week. I think next week on Friday.
Are they going to try to, like, drop it really slow to see if they can ride along the ring as long as they can? Or are they just going to go crash right into it perpendicular, do you think?
Probably pretty perpendicular. This is like a send it straight into the heart and keep broadcasting until its very end.
Right, yeah, of course. You want to get as much video out of that as you can.
And data.
Such as what? Like, why do we care about Saturn's rings?
Why?
Not why does Google care? Just teasing.
Planet formation.
It is good to know.
They're
I do
pretty.
live in this. So, oh yeah, absolutely. Saturn's
Yeah.
rings.
Want to know what they're made of? Composition.
Tungsten.
They'll be made out of satellite pretty soon.
Tungsten.
Tungsten.
The rings are not made of
My
tungsten.
ring's made out of tungsten.
Oh,
Tastes great.
we're talking
Or
about
is good at
Saturn's
tasting.
rings.
A tungsten. I get it. 'Cause it sounds like tongue. Like the
Mm.
word tongue.
That was the, yep. Correctamundo.
Oh.
Can't tell me that? Ugh.
Yeah, September.
Well,
September 15th, it'll begin the plunge.
in software we don't. Well, have you heard of the? Oh, this is the book I was thinking of a while ago. And I wanted to share with Eckert and Amor since they directed me towards the book Dirty Wars. But this book, I'm curious if you've heard of. I know the name of the book, but I don't want to say it before I have the author's name. And I don't even have it, so I'm bad. Where'd it go? Well, we'll find it. I bet it's Smedley. Yeah, Smedley Butler. Major General Smedley Butler wrote a book called War is a Racket.
His name's Smedley. You don't get to pick your own name, but who thought Smedley was a good idea? Sorry, I know. There was a lot more to that quote than that, but...
Yeah, that was the important part.
We've talked about this on the show before.
About that book? Did I bring it up before? War is a Racket?
Maybe not about the book, but about the person named Smedley.
Oh, really?
That we definitely have talked about.
Nice. Yeah.
Did you hear about the Equifax hack?
The equal what?
By who? Russians,
Equifax.
probably.
It's one of the three. One of the three entities that you get your credit.
Experience.
Yes, I wanted you to bring that up. My goodness, that's frightening.
Yeah, they said another big hack happened like within the last several years. Like one was Yahoo and one was another one. I was
Yeah,
like,
Yahoo. I
Okay,
remember
well
that.
Yahoo doesn't
Target
have
had a
like
big one, too.
100 million credit card numbers and
Yeah.
your credit history and stuff.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
do you think anybody's credit history would be permanently damaged through this?
The personal details
Like,
of
what's
as
the-
many as 143 million U.S. consumers were accessed by hackers between mid-May and July. One of the largest data breaches in the U.S.
If you stole somebody's identity to use their credit card numbers to make purchases, would you try to what credit score range would you go after?
Higher.
Higher, you think?
Higher.
They'd be on top of their finances more. They would notice it and crack down quicker, I'd think.
Yes, but you could get more in one take. Where somebody with low credit, you'd only be able to open like a bunch of small accounts.
I guess you're right.
I don't know the process. I've never hacked someone's account before, so it might be as easy as like simultaneously open 30 credit card accounts and withdraw cash advances from all of them. Or whether you can open like a $7,500 credit card from somebody who has great credit and just, pull it all out. Transfer balances all over the place. I wonder how that works. I've just made assumptions on how they steal your identity. What do they do with it? I don't know. They like open loans in your name. And but what? Like personal loans? They buy a car
Sure,
and then
why
sell the car. But I mean, like, what's the actual?
What's the best thing to get? Bitcoin.
We'll see about that.
Do they have a Bitcoin store card that you can open in someone else's name and use it to buy a lot of Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is always open up in someone else's name. It's anonymous and irreversible.
Bitcoin is irreversible.
Yeah.
Really? Why is FPS Russia still up here? Motor fail. Oh, meh. Yeah, I just popped up that video. I had no idea what it was.
It's a pretty big deal. Social security numbers, driver's license, credit card numbers, names.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's actually kind of freaky. There was an Instagram. Somebody set up a program that would get people's phone numbers or email addresses or both from Instagram users by some silly glitch, and got like 6 million names. And for $10, you can go on there and search for a name for like $10 a search. And so you
just
can
get their phone number.
What's that?
And just get their phone number.
Their phone number or their email address. Yeah, like celebrities. You can get like a celebrity's personal phone number.
Oh.
Yeah. So, which is not ideal. Oh,
They're probably used
why
to
did that
changing their
drop
phone
off?
numbers.
Stolen by who? Did they say Amor? Who they suspected of stealing it?
Meh.
Foreign states, probably. Yikes! I'm tightening it, aren't I?
Why? What did Amor say?
Oh, it's on the screen.
Oh, what did she say? For our listeners on SoundCloud.
Yeah, for all our SoundCloud listeners, Amor said we've been notified twice now, I believe it is, that all military personnel and government personnel and their families have had all information that the government has on us, which is a lot, stolen. And I was wondering.
Then, that just seems so blanket. They're
foreign
like,
states,
hey,
governments, yeah,
we,
makes sense.
as the greatest fighting force for the greatest country in the history of the world, we lost all your personal data. So just give up hope that anyone can keep it safe for you.
Well, if the government
because
can't do it, nobody can.
how many intelligence agencies do they have?
Depends how
And
you
still
define
they
it.
don't have enough intelligence to figure out how to keep...
They need to be paid more. Their budgets are too
At
low.
least they can detect when the breach happens.
There you
Wait.
go. When, though?
Military,
When can they detect the
military
breach?
personnel, government personnel, and their families?
That's like all government
scariest
workers.
thing
I have a
is
brother in the
breaches that
military
are
and a dad who was in the military. I wonder if my personal...
What was that, Joe?
Undetected breaches are the worst and most scary.
Is it really a breach, though? If nobody's like
Hypothetically.
if it happens in the middle of the night, and nobody's there.
Yes.
Nobody's
I'm teasing,
nobody's
of course.
where?
I was just joking about the
If nobody's on the website at the
Yeah, I
time
don't
when
know.
they take the information from it,
On the government
if nobody's in
payroll.
the server room when the servers are hacked,
Well, there's several different kinds of defense. One kind of defense
That's
is
you.
something
Yeah,
that doesn't
that's me.
actually do anything, but it just logs, and it's like intrusion detection systems. It just tells you that something happens, doesn't actually do anything about it.
My uncle just started working in that area of software safety, technology, security.
safety technology, security. What's he do?
Can't tell you. He could though. I just
Why
can't.
do we have just a white? Oh, yeah, that's all right. We will. All right, let's trade this up.
Yeah, it's 10:15.
I was about to say, yo,
Yeah,
let's
let's wrap
just
it up.
change this up. You give me a word of the day. It's an unofficial show tonight,
Whoa,
but
whoa.
I'll take a word of the day anyway. One
Hang
that you
on,
one
let
that
me
you
think about
heard.
it. Let me meditate.
I was gonna, yeah, I was going to make Joe a little anime girl. I'm not gonna do that. Certainly not that one. We'll make him the punk kid. Why does that say Tea Party?
Because he's a punk.
Oh, he looks like a thug.
Yeah, he's one of them Tea Party. Avatar representing Daz Black? What? That does not look like Daz Black.
Guess that's why he's representing him.
No, Daz Black is like a creepy old British guy. Look up Daz Black. Well, no, look up a word of the day.
How about this?
Maybe at some point he was a young, creepy British guy.
Not yeah, okay. This is a representation of you as when you were a baby. I assume this looks like you as a baby.
All right, we're gonna do some Latin today.
Oh, like RX.
That is definitely just like that. Ad libitum. Send you the link, I guess. I'm not confident what will happen if you type it in Ninja Words. Maybe I chose it for that reason.
Oh, come on.
I didn't actually. This is actually something that I think will be useful in your conversations.
Not ad libs.
Ad libitum. It's like ad infinitum means to infinity, right? Familytree.com.
To libitum. Say, what does that say? Ask me tomorrow, but not today. Oh, your head is sticking out. It says ad libitum.
Ad libitum, if I recall correctly.
Ad libitum.
Ad libitum. Ad libitum.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, those are lib, dumb. The last two,
Nice.
last two are the same. It's an adverb and it's an adjective, depending on how you use it. More formal term is, since to the adverb. Origin Latin, ad libitum, according to your pleasure.
Yeah, so, empty the dishwasher ad libitum. Exercise ad libitum. Pay your bills ad libitum isn't really an option.
Well, you don't have to pay your bills. No one can make you pay your
well, it
bills.
wouldn't be-
They can just make it really uncomfortable to not pay your bills. Financially, I mean, like they can also twist your leg or break your arms or something like that. But
Yikes.
Yep. But
Yikes. Yeah,
you know what? That counts. It's not a word, but it's a Latin phrase. And
2 words. What do you want?
one word.
Oh.
Tomorrow, we should have done an ad this week, and next week we could have done libitum.
Could do vituperative. That's the other one I was thinking.
Vituperative?
Vituperative. Good luck spelling it. Vituperative.
Thanks, Giggle. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. Vituperative, bitter and abusive. The criticism soon turned into vituperative attack. I like that. Vituperative attack. Very good. Hey, off the cuff, that was not so bad. Of a word of the day. I mean,
I strive to be not that bad.
Good. Ad libitum, folks. Join us next week. Ad libitum. Unless you had anything more that was pressing. Disembodied voice of Joe with a Tea Party hat and way too big of eyes. What's the deal with your eyebrows?
Only other interesting news I could think of is doesn't really apply to where we are, but people further north, there's 2 more solar flares are on their way from the sun.
Where are they
going to
land?
See auroras, northern hemisphere, more northern than where we are.
Nice.
Aurora.
So yeah, people will be able to see auroras who don't normally be able to see them, but
nice.
Probably won't see them this far down.
Lame. Like the song Aurora Borealis. Oh, sorry.
No, my professor said it comes down as low as PA sometimes, and he had seen it in North Dakota. So, I mean, pretty far south.
Like the song says, Aurora Borealis shining down in Dallas. Can you picture that?
Dude, that was the Carrington event. That happened. People could read their newspapers in Cuba
really?
by the light of the aurora during the Carrington event.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I thought it was just a song from the
was-
Muppet movie.
When was the Carrington event?
I'm making it up. It was in September 19...
I just need the year.
You're making what up?
So it was the beginning of the
You're making this
20th
whole thing
century.
up?
Not sure.
Beginning of the 20th century.
After 1850, before 1950. I'm looking it up right now. Hurricane?
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah, I didn't even think about it because
Georgia. They're not.
Yeah, I knew they were hitting the islands.
1859.
In that area, but I didn't know where it was going to make landfall in the U.S. Wow. Yeah. Hopefully, there's a breath of fresh air that pushes it and glances back out to sea.
Maybe Facebook could do some price gouging on internet access if they flew those planes over. That they were trying to fly, like internet.org.
They'd be like $50 a day. We'll give you internet, some Wi-Fi access.
This Wi-Fi sucks. Charge more.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Well, that's about going to wrap it up. Thanks for hanging out on our third chill stream. Third or fourth chill stream. It's our 4th preseason. We had all our preseasons before last season. Next week we'll be continuing with the show by the start of season 2, episode 1. So we got a lot of fun things planned to be changing that week, and like I said, we've got Matt back, which is wonderful. So, Amor Pizza, internet might be out next week due to a hurricane. Hope that is not the case as far as the hurricane hitting you. It would also be nice to see you in the chat, but I hope you guys stay safe with that weather. We will keep an eye out on it for you. Are you pricing Verizon internet right now?
No.
No, of course not. He's very disapproving. Look at this. Look at this. He's judging you.
He has golden eyes. That's what it looks like.
He's a spy. Thanks for your chat in the chat. Oh no. Thanks for hanging out in the chat with us guys and having a conversation and contributing like you always do. Anything you want to say to fine people before we leave?
Don't speak in a vituperative manner.
It's funny. Every time I hear this song now, I expect it to pause there and everybody go, quiet, please. Exactly 60 seconds. We'll be on the air.
Huh.
10 seconds. Is that 15 seconds? I forgot what he says. I never hear it.
I can't hear it right now.
We just see it. You can't hear this?
No.
Is it good?
I mean, it's super quiet for me, but it's the outro.
I don't get it. We have the exact same mix in all our ears. Everything is leveled the same for all of us. Anyway. Alright, same time. Next week we will be streaming to Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. I'm working on that. It's going to be fantastic. So make sure you are there and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.
See you in a week. Joshua Holland commented.
What?
And the next day.
Yes.
Big retro weekend coming up.
We got a big retro weekend coming up.
That's what it said.
All right. Well, thanks for jumping in the chat last minute, dude. So.
Sure.
All right. I'll see you guys.
My Verizon, my devices.